let's dive into things. Well, first I want to know, how have you been handling this new normal? Priyanka, you said you're going to set tomorrow, the first time you've been on a flight really since the beginning of the pandemic. So how are you hanging with this new normal and really embracing it? And are you staying safe?
We've been very, very safe actually, because Nick is type 1, I'm asthmatic. So, we've just been like super careful about who we interact with and how we do it. But I don't know. I'm so excited about going back to set. Haven't been at work. I've been doing a lot of developmental stuff and producing a bunch of work. So actually, quarantine has been very, very productive for both me and Nick.
Yeah, I know. Sunita, what about you, dear? How have you been handling this new norm?
Oh, it's weird, right? The new normal is to be like super protective of yourself and like really close down, and I really miss people, and it's a big part of what we do. So that is a big loss. But I have reached like new heights of frustration in pacing my apartment. So that's cool to know that I can have highs and lows, the higher and lower than I've had them before. And I'm grateful for being safe, and also like getting to connect with people through these movies that are coming out. Because it's
traffic. I don't miss, being stuck in traffic and going for meetings. I'm actually really grateful to be able to, wear sweatpants with like a formal shirt and do an interview with you.
Girl, I'm all about my life too, and I got my house shoes on and everything. Y'all would never know. Yes, we are the house shoe queen.
I'm barefoot, but I like that too.
Yeah, for sure. And we're also taking away the positive that we've had some really great content to watch, and Evil Eye is gonna be one of those gems right there, I tell you for sure.
Are you wearing your bracelet?
Yes.
Good. It will protect you, darling.
If you're not careful, bad things could happen.
Do you guys believe in the evil eye, and just how superstitious are the two of you?
Yes. You must. I don't know. It's like the more you say you don't, like you're testing fate a little bit. I don't know. It's like when you are given a charm or like given something from a family member or to like keep you safe, like you definitely want to keep it with you to keep you safe. You don't want to like test it. Yeah. Whether that's like real or not. So I think I do. I kind of like, I like being superstitious a little bit. It's my way into kind of the horror aspect of things, where you're just like, you kind of like to be thrilled by the unknown and like fate a little bit.
Yeah. Now I hear you. What about you, Priyanka? Are you superstitious at all?
Well, I grew up in India, and I wouldn't say it's called necessarily superstition in India. It's more culturally normal of it's almost seen as faith. It's almost seen as belief in something larger than yourself. And yes, my upbringing was surrounded by a normalization of something larger than yourself. So I would say that I have a subliminal belief at the back of my head about it. Like, I don't like jinxing things. If there's something I'm really excited about is with the project, and it's happening, I won't even tell anyone about it till like I put pen to paper. Like I'm superstitious like that, but I don't think I would. Like even the evil eye, like I used to wear an evil eye bracelet for a really long time, and whatever you can do to be in the right side of things.
So Priyanka, though, you gotta be honest with me, girlfriend. You gotta tell me, who's the bigger scaredy cat, you or your boy Nick, when it comes to watching a horror film?
I'm a scared cat. Nick, nothing moves him. He watches a movie like completely stoic, and I'm like inside his, shirt by the end of it. Like, we were watching The Boys recently as well, and love that show. And most of the show I've seen like this, like inside Nick's arm, like this, because I'm just a scaredy cat. But what I loved about this movie, and I read it actually as a play, that Madhuri had written initially, and my exec Nina brought it to me, and she was like, just this play is super interesting, and I was like, it compelled me so much because of multiple reasons. Having two really strong female parts. I have a very, very tight relationship with my mother. And I love that mother-daughter relationship. My quest in life as a producer is to influx Hollywood with brown people, because we don't see enough of us. And to be able to do an all South Asian cast in a movie with Amazon and Blumhouse, who are both like powerhouses, was a dream come true for me. I want to demand leading parts for people who look like me. I want to have girls that look like me, Sunita, even Sarita, you know, be on the poster of a movie. I want their names to come in first, you know, and that's my quest, is to not be a check in the box and to create content which represents 1/5 of the world's population, which is Indian. Everything that I am, I learned in the industry in India. And to be able to bring that and into Hollywood, it's my greatest joy and honor to be able to create opportunities where I didn't have them.
Can I just say, don't move in with him until you're married.
Okay,
Ma, come on.
I'm just asking this one thing.
It's like I'm old-fashioned.
It was an exciting movie, and I feel like so many things that, even though it's an Indian culture and a family that's being talked about, I feel like so many people can relate in some elements of the story. In particular, pushy mama when it comes to getting married. So if either of y'all had to deal with some mamas who were getting a little pushy and being like, okay, it's time to get married, ladies, let's go.
Yeah, right. I have 2 older sisters, and they're like a bit older, 6 and 8 years older than me. So I was like the teenager sort of watching behind the scenes, the kind of pressure they were getting.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom was the opposite, honestly. She was like, you know what, follow your career. She got married late at that time. She was like 30 when she got married, 28, 29. And she's been a career woman. So she was like, you know, whenever you feel like it's right for you. In fact, I used to put that pressure on myself.
Really?
Like, I'm 35. I'm never going to get married. I'm 36. And every time I went on the other side of 30, I was like, what am I doing? My mom was like, stop it. Do you know who you are? Look at the achievements that you've created. So I had the other thing where I put the pressure, societal pressures on myself, because I was like, oh my gosh, am I just working too hard? That's what I've been told, right? Like my use is when I get married and have kids, but that's not what my family taught me. And I am so honored by the fact that they gave me that kind of freedom and independence to be that. What is amazing about this story is it deeply touches upon cultural aspects and you know, what superstitions could be, but it's the story of you know, a girl. Like Sunita's character is a normal American girl. She lives in America. She's not defined by where she comes from, who she was, which country she's coming from. She has normal everyday aspirations like a normal American girl. She just happens to be from India. And that's what's really amazing about this story, is it's not an Indian story, and I would never want to put it into that. It's a story of someone who just happens to come across this like crazy phenomenon.
I got to ask you, Sunita, we got some news that we did not expect this week, that Glow coming to an end. What?
Yeah, really a shock. She's good, right? 2020 is just a great year. So this is just another one of those, yeah, add it to the top of the pile. It's a bummer. It's totally a bummer, and feel a lot of things, and I'm processing it. But it is like, I can take away so many good things from that show, absolutely, and it has changed my life and really changed my career. So I'm forever grateful and forever fond of it. Yeah.
So the set visit, or not set visit, but the filming that you're doing, Priyanka, are you going to Matrix 4 now?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
And that's all I can say. Can you imagine the gag order on that one?
Oh, honey. Okay, just personally, what excites you most about joining Keanu in the cast for this blockbuster franchise?
I mean, exactly that it's iconic, and to be able to get an opportunity to even be a part of it is super exciting to me, as an actor and also as a fan of the franchise. And to work with Lana is just, she's such a force. and her mind is so interesting to me. The world that she sees in her mind is just fascinating. So I'm a student on that set, and I learn and imbibe everything that I can.